ngoba isikhathi sesihambile. Ngiyabonga kakhulu Bishop with the opportunity to share on this platform. I want to talk from a title eti Confronting the Monster in Me. Confronting the monster in me. Ukubhekana nesilwane esingaphakathi kimi. As a subtitle, we're going to say we are addressing our toxic traits as men. I guess from the Bible, Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 9, please. Verse 9, maybe until 10. We found that in the New King James first. Jeremiah 17, verse 9 until 10. Bible lithi ivesi nje libuhlungu la ngihluphule ivesi nje eline disorder. Khona amavesi angekho mnandi, khona amavesi ofisa ukuthi ngaba weke eBhayibhelini. Or am I the only one? Yeah. Bible lithi verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things. It doesn't end there. And desperately wicked. Who can know it? I, the Lord, search the heart, I test the mind, even to give every man according to his ways, according to the fruits of his doings. Uma sifunda same verse in the New Living Translation, NLT. Lithi, the human heart is the most deceitful of all things. Uma khona ngezinto ezikhohlakele, kuthiwa inhliziyo yomuntu iyona ekhohlakele ukudlula zonke izinto ezikhona. It and desperately wicked. Inhliziyo yomuntu inenkohliso futhi ikhohlakele. Who really knows how bad it is? But I, the Lord, search all the hearts and examine secret motives. Now, a secret window. I examine the secret motives. I give all people their due rewards according to what their actions deserve. Now, sisenkonzweni ebizwa ngokuthi ManUp. ManUp is an English term. It's an instruction. ManUp is an instruction. It's a challenge. ManUp. It's a charge. It's marching orders. It's a rebuke. ManUp. Ngiyazi ukuthi ManUp izwakala sengathi sithi phakama ndoda or sukuma ndoda or go up. It sounds that way, man up. Uma siyenza nge-direct translation. But man up as an English word, ngoba phela ibona abayenzile le term, we have to obey their meaning and translation in the word. Man up, when I say to somebody, man up, I am saying, act like a man. I'm saying, behave like a man. I'm not saying rise up, I'm not saying stand up. Maybe it's part of it. But to say man up, I'm saying behave like a man. Let's read, as the Lord, 1 Kings. To see where did this term for the vision come from, it man up. It's in the Bible. 1 Kings chapter 2, verse 1 until 2. We see inkosi uDavide useyashona ulele embedeni. It's in his final hours of life. Ukhuluma nendodana yakhe Solomon. He's talking to his son. He's on his deathbed. He's giving him his final words as a father. Solomon. So the words of a dying man are critical. And this is what he says. Uthi David, now the days of David drew near that he should die. And he charged Solomon. his son, saying, I go the way of all the earth. Meaning, I'm dying. This thing happens to everybody. I'm going the way of all the earth. Number one, be strong. Number two, prove yourself a man. Okay. In the New Living Translation, NLT, uti, take courage and be a man. Be a man. Okay. With NET, the New English Translation, uti, be strong and become a man. That community become has been very strong today. Speakers from Bishop. Be strong and become a man. All right. So let's look at this. Solomon here is not a young boy. Not David in this conversation. He's not a young boy. He's not 10 years old, 12 years old, 6 years old. Solomon here, he's an adult. Okay? But still, in his adult years, as a kulile, enenchebe, he's tall, but his father still saw the need to tell him, become a man. All right? This is very important, and this is what I say always when I speak to men. Now, it's very important. Males are born. Men are made. Okay. You are born a male. You become a man. Okay. To be a male, it's given to you. But to be a man is a choice that you make. Okay. Uba umuntu wesilisa awuzikhetheli kodwa ukuba yindoda uyazikhethela. Are you hearing me, brother? Okay. So we are born male but made into men. And uma sizela ku-ManUp or enkonzweni enjena, we are here to submit to the making of God. We are here to say, Lord, make us. Okay? Now, in manhood, no by indoda, uma sichaza ukuthi kuyini, it's a very difficult thing. And I'm not even going to give a definition because no, I'm not going to try and give a definition of manhood. It's another conversation for another day. Kodwa ufuna ukuthi uma sichaza ukuthi indoda iyini, kumele sichaze noma sichaze ubudoda outside of our roles akhe. We need to separate who the man is and what the man does. Okay? Our roles esinikeze wona as amadoda could be of father. It's a role. It could be of husband or lover. It's a role that you're playing. One of the roles we are given as a man is leader. Okay? Pastor, son, brother, provider, protector. But fulfilling these roles does not make you a man. Come on, brother. No. Performing these roles does not make you a man. You're not a man because you perform these things. You perform these things because you are a man. Come on. Are we together? Okay. So if I say that we need to define manhood outside of the roles, it means I can still be a man even when I fail in one of the roles. It's not good what I just said, especially I'm a feminist. That's a video online. I'm not going to like what I just said. I am a female. I'm a feminist. Okay? I'm saying to you, God forbid, if you fail in one of the roles, it doesn't stop you from being a man. Okay? If you, okay, I guess senze umzekelo. Ngesikhathi sika 2020 until 2021, namanje 2022, there's still that situation. Umhlaba wonke washaywa yi-COVID. Abantu abaningi balahlekelwa imisebenzi. Meaning ukuthi wakunamadoda amaningi ahluleka ukuperforma i-role of being a provider. Did that stop them from being men? Okay. So, how much I bring into the house does not make me a man. If I fail in relationships, if I fail as a son, if I fail as a pastor, do I stop being a man? If I fail as a leader, emsebenzini, and I get demoted, do I stop being a man? Now, I'm laboring on this point, Bobaba, because this mentality iphume emqondweni wethu ukuthi singamadoda ngenxa yezinto esizenzayo nemsebenzi esiyenzayo. I don't care what you drive. I want to know what drives you. What is in your garage does not make you a man. It's what's in your heart that makes you a man. So on the other hand, kunabantu besilisa abasebenzisa ama roles abo ukuthi bazenze bazibona oqala bazizwe bengamadoda. Use your roles and your works to make you feel like a man. But I want to ask you a question, ukuthi outside of your roles, who are you? If we take away the title of doctor, if we take away the title of advocate, if we take away the title of pastor, apostle, bishop, professor, if we take away your title, who are you? Many times when you ask somebody to say, tell me who you are, they tell you what they do. I'm a doctor, I lead a church, I'm this and this, I'm a pastor. No, I didn't ask you what you do. I asked you, who are you? So, I want to propose to you, I want to put it to you, gentlemen, that we have an identity crisis as men. And we are doing many things to try and make us feel as men. Because asizazi singobani. So, kunamadoda who feel ukuthi uma ngineyintombi eziningi, if I have many women in my life, I'm a man. He feels like a man. I mean, umncane enkonzo yamadoda kwezinjalo siyazazi lezi zinto. Uma ngikwazi ukulala nabantu besifazana abaningi, it means I'm a man. Okay? Bengibabuza kwenye inkonzo engikhuluma kuyo to men ukuthi wena if imanhood yakho noma ubudoda bakho ubenza about your penis, ugwayi wakho, if your identity is linked up to your penis, how many centimeters is the land? Ugwayi your average. Asamadoda bazalana sikhulume nje abekho sikhulume abekho. How many centimeters? The average. 27. Ngizonqunywa kule nkonzo yeManUp. Ithi ngiphathe kahle. let's say, I don't know, let's say 18 centimeters. Okay? You are telling me that you've limited your identity to 18 centimeters. Shuthi wena uma ungena phakathi komuntu wesifazane uzizwa uyindoda. The moment uqedile ukuphuma awuseyiyo indoda. Because we have made sex and sexuality about manhood. It gives us power and control and strength. Rape is not about sex. Rape is about power and control. It's about how the rapist feels about himself when he's taking advantage of the victim. It's not about sex. Some of us in manhood yethu si define ngokuthi nginobani empilweni yami. Ngabantwana, nginomfazi. Now, uma sebesukile, if they move, abantwana, nkosikazi, thola awusenabo. Does that mean you stop being a man? Amen. All right? You must find your title, your identity outside of your title, outside of your relationships, outside of what you have. Now, I want to talk about identity crisis. Lento kuthiwa i-identity noma ukuzazi ukuthi ubani. It's very, very critical. It's very important. Uzazi ukuthi ubani. And I want to say, it doesn't matter what you attend a psychologist, motivational speakers, counseling engine. You will never know ukuthi ubani uma ungayi kuNkulunkulu. Umdali nomenzi wakho. Right? Uma sibheka le computer le sifuna ukuyazi ukuthi iyini yenzani. We need to go to the manufacturer. Yekela ukuthi uvumela abantu beyibona abakutshelayo ukuthi ubani wena. God must be the only one who's got rights to tell you who you are. Okay? So, uma bazalwane singena kulento ekuthiwa i-crisis. Yini crisis ngezulu? Inhlekele. Into ebuhlungu ekwehlelayo empilweni. Most of the time, we go into an identity crisis during a life crisis. You understand? We go into an identity crisis, we forget who we are during a life crisis. Right? Now, let me talk to you very, very openly and very naked. In 2009, I got married. Okay. In 2021, I got divorced. So I'm a divorced father of 3 children. I'm a divorced pastor who's the father of 3 children. Okay. Now, when that crisis happened in my life, it threw me into an identity crisis. Because now, we've got this thing in the church that we kill our wounded soldiers in the church. Okay? We kill our wounded soldiers. Ibandla kufanele ngabe isibhedlela, hospice, clinic. Lokuzobhandisha abantu abalimele, but ebandleni noma einkonzweni zethu into specialize ngayo ukubulala, uqedela abantu abalimele. Okay? So I found myself in the middle of my divorce and I lost my relationship with the church. The church. Okay? I was isolated for a whole year. I was churchless. So now, let's talk about this. I am a pastor who doesn't have a church. The question is, am I really a pastor during that time? Identity crisis. I'm a pastor by calling. I'm not a pastor by church membership, I know that. I'm a pastor by calling. I've got gifts, I've got an anointing, okay? I've got an assignment on my life, but then I was not connected to a church. The question inside me was, do I still qualify to be a pastor? Do I still qualify to be a pastor if I'm divorced? Let's talk about these real issues. Let's talk. Because where I'm sitting as a pastor who's divorced, konamanje, no one wants to touch me right now. No one wants to be associated with me. No one wants to put me on their pulpit because I am tainted. I'm dirty. Something wrong with me. So, as a church, we write off people who are going through a crisis. When we do that, it throws the man into an identity crisis. And you lose, who am I really? Who am I? Befundis, you know the pain of having, you know the pain of having intshumayelo ongazoyishumayela kuphi. Do you know the pain of having an anointing for people, but you don't know where you're going to release that anointing? The pain of having a prophetic word, but you don't know who you're going to speak it to. Come on. Come on. Being a pastor, it's easy uthi mhlambe izinto mazingahambi kahle ebandleni la umzalwana akhonza khona ahamba uvakashela kwelinye ibandla. You can't do that as a pastor. Ngoba your presence as a pastor in any church is news. It's a topic. Ufunani uzokwenzani besivakashele kwenze njani? Ungasho ngolutho usihlelele nje. Usihlelele. So the other identity crisis I went through, because now I'm not welcome in certain churches anymore. Am I still a Christian even though there's no church I can attend? Because when you go through a crisis, you get tired of explaining yourself. And I want to give you advice, Pastor Ron. I want to give you some advice. Be there. Learn to be there for someone without asking what happened. Learn to be there for someone. Why? Noma umuntu eshonelwe enkonzweni zethu noma kuphi emphakathini, learn to be there for them. Ungabuzile ukuthi lo muntu ubulawe yini. Stop asking unnecessary questions. Be there for people. Ngoba umuntu, when they are bleeding and they have to explain to you and explain to you and explain to you, you reopen the wound multiple times and you complicate healing your wound. So life crisis throws you into an identity crisis. Who's called? Moshonelwe ubaba okuzalayo, ushonelwe umama ozalayo, ushonelwe ingane, ushonelwe unkosikazi, ulahlekelwe umsebenzi, imoto ishayisile, yathiwa it's written off, awusenamoto, indlu ishe, gqekezele mhlawumbe uthathelwe izinto endlini, umfundisi ngiyabona, just check my camera please, ufike umfundisi ulahlekelwe ibandla livalwe, noma kube nesplit ebandleni, kukhona izinto abazalwane esidlula kuzo as amadoda, izinto esidlula kuzo amadoda. We are thrown into an identity crisis. There are 4 types of identity crisis. Let us one notice what 4 types of identity crisis. Is it recording? Number 1, 4 types of identity crisis is you had an identity, but it was taken away from you. The identity wawunayo yathathwa. So, example, ukulahlekelwa umsebenzi, ukulahlekelwa umshado, mhlawumbe ukulahlekelwa ingane, mhlawumbe ukulahlekelwa impahla, indlu mhlawumbe. Wawuzazi wena ukuthi I'm a home owner. That was part of your identity. I'm a home owner. It was part of your identity. When you lose the house, the identity is taken away. You understand? The first type. Second type is the identity that you wanted but was denied. Une identity uyifuna kodwa wanqatshelwa yona. Awucabanga umuntu wesifazane obethandile ukuthi abe nomntwana, akhulela abe nomntwana. Udokotela atshele lo couple ethi nina nikwazi ukuba nabantwana. Angeke nibe nabantwana. They wanted an identity. They envisioned an identity. They imagined mhlambe bexoxa bodwa bephupha bekhuluma ngefuture yakhe ukuthi hey umntana wethu esehamba lana, umntwana wethu esekhasa. Kodwa udokotela athi I'm taking that identity that you wanted. I'm taking it. So it's an identity that you wanted, and then what happened? It was taken. Ubufuna umsebenzi, but umsebenzi angeke sikunikeze. You wanted that identity, but it's an identity crisis type. Number 3, you chose an identity. You chose an identity yourself, and now you no longer want it. Le identity ubuyifuna wena, wayithola wanikezwa yona, kodwa manje usuyazibona ukuthi kahle kahle le angisayifuni lena, I don't want this identity anymore. Niyazi yini bazalwane, ake sikumqiniso, niyazi khona abantu besilisa nje nabantu general uthola ukuthi ebesitshele ukuthi uyabafuna abantwana uma sebekhona. These are the secret things we don't talk about mfundisi. Uma sebekhona adiscover ukuthi kahle kahle ubaba mina ngikufuna, but now it's too late. It's too late. You said enye into mhlambe ukuthi ukhetha ukuthi ngifuna ukuthutha la ngihlala khona ngiyohlala kwelinye idolobha, unikezwe lokho, uthuthe, uthola umsebenzi, uthole la uzohlala khona, uhlale kwelinye idolobha, and then you realize, hey, I don't want to be in this town anymore. Apply umsebenzi othize, uthole, unikezwe wona, and you realize, I don't want this job anymore. I guess kumbe ngiyogcina ejulile. Kumbe ngiyogcina ejulile as men. Can I go deeper? It's go deeper, Papa. You choose a wife and you realize after 3, 5, 6, 7 years, maybe 20 years, that I don't want this woman anymore. No, I guess pume emoyeni. Siyazi ukuthi uNkulunkulu, God hates divorce, and that we must ubekezele, and divorce is not right, and yeah, these are all the spiritual things. We go for counseling, but let's talk. Let's pume out of the spirit. Let's talk about this. You don't want this woman anymore. You know the right thing to do. What's the right thing? The right thing is to stay. Amen. But usuzibonile naye usumbonile. Lo muntu owahlangana naye 15 years ago akasiyena lo manje. I'm not afraid of talking about unpopular things. No, the taboos are inside. We can talk. It's an identity crisis. You're stuck. Stuck in a marriage where you're not happy. Stuck in a marriage where you're not fulfilled. But now you've got children. No moves. It's cool, the banding. The solution part. If you leave that marriage, you are not just leaving that marriage, you are leaving a whole system of life. And you feel stuck. I often do that. That is really not. It's really uncomfortable. It's not uncomfortable. The last identity is the identity that someone else chose for you, but you realize it's not for you. Senze an example. Uyasebenza lokuphethe emsebenzini athi let's say usebenza kwa marketing department emsebenzini. Lo osenza phansi kwakhe athi yazi wena ngathi i-finance ngakufanele ngibona ngathi ngabe umuntu oright kwa finance. But transfer the department. That I see potential in you. But transfer department. It's an identity that was chosen for you, but you realize it's not for you. You hate it. Nasebandle ufundisa kufaka esikhundleni nokunikeze irresponsibility ethize. Athi ngibona ugcobo oluthize phezu kwakho. And you do that thing but you know this is not me. I'm not, yes, I can talk, but I'm not meant to preach. I hate preaching. But man, I have to preach. But it's not for you. It was chosen for you. You're in an identity crisis. And so I want to say, we need to know ourselves. But but knowing yourself, potential. Potential is a very powerful thing. I've got a whole teaching on potential. It's like three, 4 sessions. Potential. Potential in the powerful potential issue ukuthi into ongakwazi ukuyenza kodwa awukayenzi. Amandla onawo kodwa awukasebenzisi. Iphiwo onazo kodwa awukayisebenzisi. That's potential. When I say to you, you've got potential, means kunento phakathi kuwe kodwa awukayisebenzisi, awukabiyo. You understand potential? So potential is good, but ohambeni lokuzazi ukuthi ngubani ngibona izinto ezinhle kodwa futhi ehambeni lokuzazi ngihlangana nezinto ezimbi ngami. You have the potential to be wealthy. Yeah? You've got the potential to be a leader. You've got the potential to be a pastor. You've got the potential to be this and that and all of these things. But also, you've got the potential for evil. Come on, man. Come on. Let's talk. Let's talk. There is a monster on the inside of you. The fact that we have not seen it, you've managed to hide it for years, does not mean the monster is not there. The fact that you are born again, spirit-filled, washed by the blood of Jesus, does not mean that this monster is not there. Uhambeni lokuzazi uzohlangana nezinto ezinhle ngawe, kodwa futhi uzobona izinto ezimbi eziyingozi ngawe. Now, today I'm not talking about the good things in your potential. I want us to confront the monster in me. I want us to confront that monster. Endabeni sizwa kuthiwa indoda ibithandana nomuntu esifazane, uzothi umbulele, maqeda umbulalo wamqoba into pieces, wamfaka kwi-suitcase, wakhupha umgodi emva kwendlu, wamfaka phakathi. Sizwa kuthiwa umuntu esifazane wahamba one day waya eposini, iposi sezovala, post office. Wafika eposini, indoda yakhiwa umnyango, yamthatha, yambulala. We hear of these stories every day. Khona enye indoda ithi iyayilele nentombi yakhe, yezwa umsindo, intombi iyabaleka ngene bathroom, yena wathi udubula isigebengu ngebhadi, udubula intombi yakhe. Umkhumbula lo. Yeah? We hear of these things in the and uma sizizwa izinto ezishaqisa igazi, izinto eziletha ishock nokuthuka kithi. But can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? Yes, you born again. Yes, you pastor. Yes, you powerful worshiper. Yes, you church leader. Can I tell you something? The same monster that's in that man is the same monster that is in you. You have the potential to be dangerous. You have the potential to kill. Ukuthi usindisiwe akukushintshi lokho. We judge and condemn. Abantu besilisa kuthiwa ufika wachithela unkosikazi wakhe. Simthuke, simlahle, simnqume inkonzweni zethu. Sikhulume ngaye simhlebe. Do you know that you have the potential yourself to cheat on your wife? I don't care how many scriptures you know. I don't care how long you've been born again. I'm saying you have the potential. I'm not saying you're going to do it. I'm saying you have the potential. Sithuka amadoda ahambe emathaveni ama-Fridays athengele intombi utshwala, shingana nabantwana sibathuka. Do you know that now you have the potential to be a player? Here's something I want you to note. Men sin on the level of their affordability. I'm confronting the monster in you. I want to let you know that there is a monster that you have to be careful about. Men sin on the level of their affordability. Uzindoda ekuthiwe uyaqambela unkosikazi amanga kuthiwa kunekhosi emsebenzini kanti uhamba nentombi baye eDubai. Uthi hey, amadoda akhohlakela hayi. Le ndoda yalutho. Listen, if you don't have his bank account, don't judge him because he could afford to buy. And when you can't afford to buy, so you stand at the level where you are of your affordability and judge a man who sinned on his level of affordability. The difference is he had an opportunity. I'm a faithful husband. Maybe it's not that you are faithful. Mhlawumbe wena ukushelwa umuntu wesifazana ukwazi. Awukazi experience ukushelwa umuntu wesifazana. Awuka experience, come on Jesus. Awuka experience i-level yokuthi ungene office yomuntu osebenza naye ahlale etafeni akuvulela imlenze. Yini the opportunity. If you've never had the opportunity to do something, don't claim victory over that sin. You've not conquered that sin. You've not had the opportunity yet. There's a monster in you. There's a monster in you. There's a monster. Talk to your neighbor. Say, there's a monster. Come on, there's a monster in you. In you. Kunesilwane, kunehoho, kunenunu phakathi kuwe. Uma sizoba abantu abesilisa abaqotho abazomela iqiniso, who are going to do the right thing, we must not only celebrate our gifts that are inside of us, but we must be aware. I'm not saying release the monster. I'm saying be aware. I'm not saying release the monster. I'm saying be aware. Right? Second level of that. Now that you are aware there's a monster, be aware what yimapi ama triggers. Ama triggers ahlokoloza lesilwane esingaphakathi. Ngeke wezothi umuntu ununywe yinja injibile. Wayigolomba wathatha into wayihlokoloza inja yamlungu. Yini leyo nduku leyo was a trigger. Injibile. I'm saying to you, maybe when I was being a scandal, in your whole 40 years, your whole 30 years of life, your whole 50 years, maybe it's because your monster has never been triggered. If you find the right trigger, and this thing is psychological, heavily psychological, this argument that I'm presenting to you. We all have triggers. It's not my trigger. There's a level of anger. There's a level of anger that only a woman can push you to. Kwenzenja impama iphumephi ubaba ofunda iBhayibheli othandazayo semakomidini impama iphumephi isilwane asuwe isilwane ubungazi khona lo mama lohlala naye kwaba nento ayishoyo ehlokoloza isilwane savuka But I'm saying, if you are aware ukuthi less one is con and ama-triggers usuyawazi ukuthi yini, the moment ayisho lento, you walk away. You walk away. Noma ngakuthethisa, uyahamba kuma nawe, hey, I'm saving your damn life. By walking away, I'm saving your life. Be aware of your triggers. My triggers are about when your trigger is disrespect. That's one of my triggers. I can take anything, but I can't take disrespect. So if you take it to another level, nothing is why you're like it's omunye amazwi athize, omunye ukudelelwa, like I said, disrespect, omunye ukuncishwa ucansi. Mina umshadweni kuyancishwana, sikhulume ngqondo, sikhulume iqiniso, bayancishana labo mama. Nahlekela phansi ngathi aniyazi lento engikhuluma ngayo, bayancishana labo mama sometimes. Bayisebenza lento umuntu uyakwazi ukusebenzisa ikhekhe lakhe njengesikhali esinamandla esilolwele wena isikhali ayisebenzisa lento yakhe. Maybe that's your trigger. Usithole utriggered ukuthi uncishiwe, sivuke isilwane, sithatha ifoni singene ku WhatsApp, isilwane singene emotweni, sithi usibantwana uyangibiza. Yini? You are triggered. Amen. Enkonzweni yamadoda. Let's close this thing. Ingane zenu. Before I get there, let me say, until you go under pressure enough, you won't know what you can do. That's the pressure. Until you are given the resources, you don't know what you can do. Until you are given the chance, the opportunity, you don't know what you can do. Until you are threatened enough, you don't know what you can do. Ke walwa nomuntu omkhulu onzima, usumshayela uphuma umshayela kanjani, umshaya wambeka phansi imilwa, amandla waza aphumela, because you were threatened enough. Aggression is to aggressive. Until you are disrespected enough, you don't know what to do. Until you are pushed into a corner, you don't know what to do. I was saying, bayazi abaningi abantwana benu kunalo Popeye, or sometimes I've seen Popeye, we character from Marvel Avengers. It's called the Hulk. Namazo Hulk. The green is called as green. Yes, might is called as green. Yes, what? Ikusan. Kuna babukela TBN pen. Abayazi into le movie. Babukela indaba do TBN pen abanye. So you won't know these things. Ngoba ama movie awekho ngcwele. Ama movie into zaSathane. Siyawabuka thina chambers. Hey, Nkosi. uHulk is gore, is green, but uHulk is just a monster. uHulk uphumaphi? Kunodokotela, he's a physicist, he's a scientist. It's called Dr. Bruce Banner. Dr. Bruce Banner. Yena njengomuntu, umuntu othule, onomoya phansi, emotionally withdrawn. Ababuka iAvengers, you know what I'm talking about. Ushy, futhi weak physically, Bruce Banner. But he's very smart. Ncane ngomzimba. Kwenzeka ngelinye ilanga kwaba ne-accident, kwaqhuma ibhomu kwi-lab yakhe. Maliqhuma lelo bhomu waba exposed to lento ekuthiwa ama-gamma rays, which is irradiation. Lawo ma-gamma rays or irradiation zangena, zacontaminate igazi lakhe, zangena phakathi. Istory zalokho futhi kuyenzeka noma kwenzeka ngazi. It's a movie, all right? Zangena phakathi From that day on, Dr. Bruce Banner lo othule oyimvi yenkosi uma kwenzeka bemcasula abe provoked emotionally, uHulk leswane esigreen esiyisikora siphuma ngaphakathi kuye, sidabula impahla igqokile, and uHulk unamandla, unlimited strength, phakamisa imoto, nqamuna ibuilding ibe phansi, truck ayithatha iphosi. That's the Hulk. Ngisho noma ezama ukwenza okuhle uHulk, kodwa uHulk is always destructive examine ukwenza okuhle. Into umuyinake uHulk masenyamalala manje sebuyela phakathi, sekubuya uDr. Bruce Banner. uDr. Bruce Banner akakhumbuli yonke into eyenzekile, ngoba bekungasuye bekuHulk. There's a Hulk inside of you. There's a Hulk. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a destructive man. I'm asking you this evening, I'm pleading with you, confront your monster. If you need to go to counseling, go to therapy. If you need to discuss it, asikhulumeni, asifundeni ukukhuluma. Besikhona isikhathi benza njalo, ake senze isekela yethu, esikhulumeni omunye nomunye asho ukuthi unasilwane esini ngaphakathi kuye. We need to talk about this. We need to confront it. Kumele wazi futhi yini ekukhuluza lento ngaphakathi, so that we avoid nabantu obathanda ohlala nabo bazi ukuthi uHulk wakho uvuswa yini, so that bangayinaki. Isikhathi samsesiphelile.